Good morning. Today I will be discussing BCT techniques in relation to my client C. Client C is a 64-year-old and was recently hospitalized with rapid atrial fibrillation, cellulitis in the lower limb, and sacral oedema. History includes non-ischemia cardiomyopathy, hypertension, and class 2 obesity. They were referred to an AEP to improve cardiovascular fitness, strength, reduce sedentary time, and enhance ADLs. In regards to my client's factors, the top three factors were older adult, heart failure, and obesity. Within older adults, a systematic review of 24 eligible studies identified the most effective behavioral change techniques for older adults during physical activity. The top three BCTs found to be effective were barrier identification problem solving, providing reward contingent on successful behavior, and modeling demonstrating the behavior. For our client, we have chosen to implement modeling demonstrating the behavior. This decision is based on a comparative data and analyzing the effectiveness of this BCT when present versus absent during physical activity. When implemented, the BCT showed a Cohen's d value of 0.348 compared to 0.085 when not present, indicating a notable increase in effectiveness. Additionally, this approach yielded a z-value of 4.24, which is higher than those associated with the other two BCTs, reinforcing its suitability for older adult population. In regards to heart failure, a meta-analysis examining BCTs that mostly effective drive behavioral change in physical activity identified action planning and goal-setting behavior as the top two techniques. For our client, goal-setting behavior has been selected as it provided more effective in populations with heart failure, demonstrating a standardized mean difference in effective size of 0.56 with a 95% confidence interval, outperforming action plans slightly in this context. In regards to obesity, a meta-analysis focused on individuals with obesity found social incentive to be the most impactful BCT in promoting behavioral change. It had a p-value of less than 0.001, indicating strong statistical significance. Additionally, it recorded the highest confidence interval of 1.50 to 3.25 and had the largest effect size of 2.37. Behavioral practice and rehearsal was the next most effective with a p-value of 0.001, further confirming its potential as a supportive strategy. As seen within this presentation, these are the three BCTs as mentioned before that we'll be using for our client. For goal-setting behavior, an example would be agree on the daily walking goal with a person and reach the agreement about the goal. In regards to model demonstrate the behavior, an example is demonstrate to nurses how to raise issues with patients via role-play exercises. And lastly, social incentive can be used as inform that they will be congratulated for each day they eat a reduced fat diet. Although the three selected behavioral change techniques have proven to be effective for clients with the specified conditions, it does not necessarily mean that they will be effective for our client. Therefore, I have included two additional BCTs as a contingency plan in case the primary techniques are ineffective. One alternative BCT is behavioral practice and rehearsal, which has shown positive outcomes in clients with obesity. The supporting data indicates a statistically significant p-value of 0.001 and a 95% confidence interval, making it a strong backup option. The second BCT is action planning, which demonstrated an effect size of 0.62 and a confidence interval ranging from 0.03 to 1.21. While this technique was highly effective for our clients with heart failure, evidenced by a z-value of 4.24, it showed more modest results in older adults with a z-value of 2.9. Since our client is both an older adult and experiencing obesity, this reinforces the rationale for using action planning as a secondary rather than a primary intervention. In terms of BCTs to avoid, the study reviewed consistently highlighted self-monitoring of outcomes of behavior as potentially harmful for clients with obesity. This technique was associated with a negative effect size of minus 1.04 and a confidence interval of minus 1.67 to minus 0.42. Although there was some indications that it could mildly be effective in older adults, our client falls into both categories, older adults and obese, warranting caution if considering the use of this BCT.